This is for the 1%. Contracts were made according to the Constitution and Bill of Rights. They agreed to certain things which has been broken with their own people. They've learned to harvest energy through slave labor, and now no one is excluded from that system of siphoning energy for the benefit of lining their pockets with money. The call or hit is always from within. It will be one of their own because now they see we're all just niggas. They're waking up to see they've been played by playing themselves, being so ego driven, failing to see the humanity in others, choosing not to see color has left them blind. They've turned a blind eye to the poor treatment of people of color, the indigenous people, to their own detriment. It's a triple cross. They believed wholeheartedly in a system that was built for them. Remember, people of color weren't included in these considerations of the Constitution as we are listed in Article 1, Section 2 as 3/5 a person by the pigs in power, whose only consideration is money. Yet in business law, consideration is the exchange of something of value between parties in a contract, making it legally binding. For example, the government makes a constitutional contract with its people, basically promising certain ineffable rights. Being a white, tax-paying, law-abiding citizen enables you with certain rights. The Declaration of Independence famously lists life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, which has been denied to them. Now, when it was just people of color suffering at the hands of the system, only reaping disenfranchisement, that was okay with everyone because they've turned a blind eye to people of color and our plights. As we fought for our right to simply breathe, they put their foot on our necks further and shouted all lives matter over our black murmurs. As we watched our brothers bleed in the middle of the streets by the hand of the police, we understood chattel slavery never ended, it merely conceded, if but only for a moment. While the strange fruit no longer hanging from trees, but are now black and brown rocks strewn in the street as pedestrians walk past and traffic proceeds. Our bodies mere speed bumps in the road, seen as a minor inconvenience. They laughed as we bleated, mocked as we pleaded, pointed out our poor conditions as if they didn't conceive it. The hope was that we'd never perceive it, that they planted us as seeds in the projects of their minds, the vertical plantations where they plant police as overseers. All of this because they know the day is among us, where one among us will lead us to a promised land far deeper and greater than any of us understand. It's all a part of the inevitable plan. It takes several seasons to see the seed come to fruition. While the COINTELPRO got them watching the throne, waiting for the next black male messiah, they really thought it was just Hov. The grander scheme is so much more divine. Imagine trying to contain or tame a people so sublime. Time will only tell. As we all bear the fruits of our labor, what we pour our passions into determines our amount of favor. Sowing for generations to benefit the slaver, watching as we kill ourselves for green pieces of paper. All that to distract us from seeking the God within, messy magicians casting spells of illusions, covering the earth with ads to make the minds of the masses easily intruded, on one track yet easily convoluted. making everyone a teacher, yet no one wants to be a student. So we haven't learned to intuitively discern what should be filtered out in order for us to grow. We've been hypnotized to pass it down to our children, to prioritize fame and riches, whether by glorifying our genocide or glorifying whorish women. If women are the first teachers and our women are trained attention seekers, who's teaching the dreamers, the innovators, and the next creators? Certainly not the men. They've been trained to lead with no coordinates to the destination. They have nations waiting to be birthed within, but lack discipline. So what do? Spread that sacred sacral seed among multiple women and create seeds of chaos because watering them was never the intention. These, just my humble sentiments. It's senseless. When will my people come to their senses? Pardon if my words seem in part poetic, other part prophetic. I'm just a divine one delivering a divine message. The tides have turned from waves of a storm to a full-on tsunami, a hurricane of emotions from a world so heavy with low vibrational energy. This storm has formed so deep in the earth, the tectonic plates have shifted. The planes above cannot sustain without this energy being lifted and negativity sifted out of existence. Humanity has failed to steward what has been gifted. Our planet has become divided by the misguided, shifting the focus from growth and spiritual purpose to attaining wealth with no other purpose than attaining labels to adorn ourselves with. Each individual a walking ad for some sort of fad, yet we're focused on the status of wealth instead of the status of our health. We neglect those who need our help, yet freely give to someone else, or worse, give it all to self. The world was never intended to be this way. Addicts of our own despair and demise, captive to our ego and pride, never seeing the American dream for what it is, the nightmare in disguise. Because many of us cannot see until we open our eyes.